Hi, I'm Craig Hannar. I'm with the Kalamazoo Bee Club. We are going to have a little video here, presentation on bee smokers, in which we're going to hopefully show you the proper way of lighting one, how to keep it going, some basic maintenance on keeping your smoker clean, because as they get older, they will creosote up, just like the chimney of your house if you burn wood. And so, with a little scrubbing pad and so forth, we can work on this. When buying a smoker, buy one of good quality. This one, I believe, is made in China. It lacks good workmanship. It has come apart. It's gotten, when it creosotes real easy, and so when you try to put the lid back on and take it off, it breaks apart. Okay. For the beginning beekeeper, a smaller smoker would suffice. And what we'll do is we'll light this baby up. After you've been keeping bees for quite a while, you may graduate to having a blowtorch to start it with. Okay, but then you increase your chances of burning your house down or blowing up your vehicle. So we'll use matches today, because that's what most beginning beekeepers will be using. These matches here come fancy wrapped, so you have your choice of how you want to do your beekeeping. You can just get an old standard box of matches from any hardware store or grocery store. Or you can get one of these fancy, go to one of these hippie boutique stores, get one of these boxes of matches that people, they probably smoke dope with it or some damn thing like that. So, these matches out here. For the beginning beekeeper, a good source of fuel for your smoker is pine needles. A lot of times they come highly recommended. We're going to light up the smoker with a small batch of pine needles. Put just a small batch in there to get them going before you add more. As you see, you have to be careful of the flame. As you get it going, you can add more pine needles. Don't crush them down in yet. We got a good ball of smoke here. You see, we still have the flame. Don't put your hand in there and pump the smoker at the same time. You're going to burn yourself, I guarantee you. Got a high tool, press them down just a little bit. Keep the smoker going. We've got a good head of smoke here. The flame is just about ready to break through this bunch of pine needles. We'll add more. We've now got a real good base there of coals in the bottom, producing smoke. The idea is for it to keep on smoking and stay lit as you're working on your beehive, and you don't have to keep pumping on the billows here. We haven't quite got it there yet. Getting close. If you're getting bored watching me, you can go to the refrigerator and get a beer. I prefer Two Hearted Ale from Bell's Brewery here. It's produced here in Kalamazoo. I'm going to show you how to remove creosote from a smoker. I've already started a torch up, and I'm putting a flame to the smoker to heat up the creosote. Now this creosote burns very readily, and if you ever burned wood in your home, you'll know that you get creosote in your chimney. Well, we've got the same thing here, and this creosote can plug up the smoker. But now we've got the creosote is smoldering immensely. It's very hot, and with the use of a hive tool, there I've already broke off a chunk of the creosote, and I'm going to keep proceeding, breaking off more, and with an emphasis of definitely not touching it so I don't burn myself. And when you're doing all this, you want to be extra careful of your surroundings so that you don't have anything flammable that can catch fire and start a fire around your beehives, or start a fire on your bee uniform or your veil or whatever, and you'll be okay. Smoker's working. It's a cold, windy day here today as we're making this demonstration. That smoker is going to last long enough for the beginning beekeeper to work on a couple beehives, adequately smoke them, so that you keep the bees calm. So that by keeping the bees calm, they don't endanger you, or they don't endanger themselves also. So we've got a nice little stream of puff here. Some beekeepers, what they'll do, if the smoke, you feel like the smoke is hot, showing it to be hot, put some green grass on top of your pine needles, and that'll cool the smoke down a little bit, so it's more agreeable to the bees. Okay, we're going to cover some basic maintenance. As you use your beehive, your smoker, you're going to get creosote. Some beekeepers can, just by cleaning the top, scraping the edges, you can keep the creosote to a point where it's easy to use your smoker and put the lid, making the lid work, coming off easier. At some time, the creosote will advance to where it's going to spread throughout the whole lid of the smoker. At that time, you can use a soap substance with a steel wool or a burl pad to clean the smoker. In picking your smoker out, pick one where the billows and the smoker itself are connected by nuts and bolts, not screws. So it's easy to take apart, repair, and somewhere along the line, this billows will wear out. Some people can save it for a little while by using duct tape to take care of a crease or a hole in it, but sooner or later you're going to have a new billows, and you want to have the nuts here that are easily removable, and which creates just a better smoker all around. Previously, I mentioned that the billows will wear out. This particular billows here has got a hole in it. The hole is going to get bigger. Right now, I would say you can repair it with some duct tape, maybe get enough use out of it so it gets through the season. Okay, this smoker and all this, I don't even see the brand name on it, but just the way that the smoker itself is attached to the billows hasn't been done in too grand of a manner. Just screws and no nuts and bolts. This smoker here, produced by Man Lake out of Wisconsin, and they do have branches around the United States. This smoker, we got nuts and screws here, very easy to take apart, very easy to repair. And I highly recommend this smoker. This is, again, this smoker is bigger. Once you get up to about 10 hives and so forth like that, you'll be going back and forth with your hives. You're going to have a lot of busy work, and in the meantime, the smoker keeps running. This little one here is just taking on a life of its own, and as you can see, it's just a nice, smooth, steady supply of smoke, and it's not a hot smoke, so your bees aren't going to be scared of it or frustrated with it. They will smell the smoke. That tells them the hive is on fire. That's what they believe. They'll go to their honey stores and consume honey, thinking that they're saving the honey from the fire. And in that process, their thorax, their body, it's hard for them to be able to plant a stinger in you, and also mellows them out to where they're easier to handle. If your husband or wife or spouse or partner will let you spend all the money in the world on beekeeping, because it will eliminate the need for being able to do anything else. You'll get addicted to beekeeping, and you'll be buying different various beekeeping equipment, which will keep you penniless, but you'll have fun doing it. So you can graduate to having yourself your own torch. Okay. I wanted to discuss some elements of fuel that we use in the bee smoker. As you've seen, I've been using pine needles. These pine needles obviously will burn real quick and will have to be replaced. As you're working with the bees, you constantly, to keep the smoker going, you'll have to add the pine needles to it. People, different various beekeepers use burlap. This has a longer smoldering period as far as a good fuel in working with the bees, and readily available at farm and fleets and different various hardware stores and so forth. You can find burlap. If you're into Mother Nature, well, I call these sumac bulbs. If you've got some biologists here or something like that, or some botanists here, they're going to give you a big name for this plant, which is, I don't know. It's what?
Rubes.
It's rubes, but I call it sumac. This sumac is really good in a smoker because it lasts a lot longer than pine needles. Along with your burlap lasts a long time, other than your pine needles. We were outside previously in the cold weather, and I said, hey, let's take this inside because I'm getting old. I don't like the cold all that much. Neither do my beehives. So this box here is used to keep a smoker in. And obviously, when people have a smoker and they like to go from one location to another, you can keep the smoker lit, but you risk the fact of a fire. So have yourself a nice enclosed box here to hold your smoker in. The parts of the smoker here, as you can see, I'm going to name them off to you. This is a breather plate that'll be down in the bottom of the smoker. So when the billows is working, your fuel that you put in the smoker has not plugged up the air traffic here for the air to flow through the smoker. So this is a breather plate. Okay, this is your bottom bracket to the smoker. This is the heat shield, and it works very good in regards to that smoker. This heat shield here will keep you from burning yourself and others, because the smoke chamber can get very hot. This is the smoke chamber. This is the handle hanger. You've got, if you want to hang your smoker up in the garage or whatever, or what particular way you want to keep your smoker, this is a very handy little apparatus on the smoker, and it also helps you open the smoker up to clean it and to put more fuel in it while you're working it, okay? This is the bellows right here. And I have previously mentioned that the bellows sooner or later will wear out. They'll get a hole or a slit in them. Usually the first couple holes can be repaired with duct tape. Well, then pretty soon you're going to get past the point where duct tape doesn't work anymore. This is a hinge right here. You got a hinge right here. This one is a removable hinge. And it fits right in there. You can put it back on. Other smokers don't have the removable hinge. It's all your preference, okay? This right here is a bracket. I've rested it on my hand here. And while you're working on your beehive, you can, let's pretend like this is a hive body. And you're working on the bees, and you've pulled out a frame of bees, and you're looking at them. Instead of putting the smoker on the ground, you just hook it on the side of the beehive. And this is very important because even myself, through the years, I've just taken the smoker and I've laid it on the ground, and the next thing I got myself a little fire going there on the ground. And because usually I got the bees somewhere, a place where there's weeds and leaves and so forth and dry material that's easy to catch on fire. So be ever responsible of your smoker. It can be a tremendous management tool in taking care of your bees, and also it can be the making of a bad day by starting a fire or burning yourself if you don't pay attention to it, okay? If you have any more questions, contact the Kalamazoo Bee Club, and somebody will get back with you sooner or later. Take care.